from that. Let's see. You know, one of these days I'll get the right stuff going on and I won't be holding this thing. But how would I do that? It'd look kind of funny. Anyway, I'm in the house. But I'm fixing to head out. And I thought I'd just go ahead and start it in my room. Gotta quit showing my room. I need a place that stays clean, right? Anyway. So this is what I look like. I'm gonna go outside and go for a walk. I decided to tie these little things down. Instead of having them hang and go every which way, these little thin hair things from I have a widow's peak. And anyway, it can be quite sexy on someone else. But I have learned to love a widow's peak, okay? So it's okay. But I never did like it because my hair I wanted it straight down the middle. I wanted it to be parted right in the middle. And that is not the case when you have a widow's peak. So, right now I decided, okay, I have these little bobby pins, so I tied them down. Then maybe I won't have to be, you know, moving them out of my face all the time. It'll be a lot better. So in the meantime, I guess I don't need to walk through the house with my shades on because it does make it hard to see. Greetings. This is Mary Lou. I never start out just quite right. You know what? I should show you guys these pictures while we're here. Hall of Fame. It's too dark in here, though. You can't even see that one. I need to put them somewhere else. Can you see that at all? I need to... Oh. No. Still, you probably can't see it very well. I'm not quite sure who that is, actually. What can you see? You can just see reflection. You can't even see them, can you? Let's see. I'm going to take it off the wall. See if we can see something down here. All right. Now let's see. What can you see? You can't. There's too much stuff there. So that's somebody important enough to be on Mom and Dad's wall. Just not quite sure who it is. And then, shoot, I'm doing things all weird. This is my dad's mother and father. I'm not sure their age. And this, that's my Grandma Jarman, I think. I really do think she is. And if she is, I believe she's Grandma Riggs's mother. I probably got that all wrong, huh? But I think, I do. I think she's Grandma Jarman. I remember Grandma Jarman. And if she's not, she's a relative close by. On my mother's side, I'm pretty sure. They look like my mother's side. And then you can't see these probably, but here's the Hall of Fame. This is my daughter and her children, except for Shaver had not been born. And that's Dean. And the one right above Jessica in the middle is Dean's daughter. And Jessica's, but you know, Dean's daughter from previous. And then there's Carly. And down here on the right-hand side, that's Tyler. And then Madison and Jessica's lap. And then the baby's gotta be Kevin. Now, could you even see them, people? Anyway, I'm just going to do a real quick run by, okay? These are Nancy's children. And this picture looks like Whitney's wedding. And there's Nathan and his children and his wife. Is she there? Yes, she is. Okay. I was going to say, she better be. Nevertheless, and then this is just a group of us out a long time ago. There's not enough light down here to see these people. There's my sister Teresa and her husband a long time ago. And me and Jessica a long time ago. And this is TJ's wedding. Yes, it's her wedding too. And my mind escapes me at the moment. Jamie, that's her name. TJ and Jamie. And so that's Nathan's kids again at a wedding. So that's nice to be able to see those through the years. I wish you could see these better. Let's see. Let there be light. Except for there's glare. Always glare. Okay. So that's the one I was just talking about, TJ and Jamie. And I want to show you this. Can you see that? There. Mom and Dad had a mission, did a mission in Wyoming about Martin's Cove. So that was a handcart company. So you got to experience a handcart while you were there. So Nathan and his family were visiting Mom and Dad on their mission. And I did the same thing. I went with Beverly. Because Mom and Dad were there in Wyoming. So we came up from Texas to go there and see them. It was interesting. Anyway, these are Nancy's children. This is Teresa and her husband. That's Nancy and Philip. Once upon a time was a husband. So anyways, more of Nancy's children. So I guess I'm gonna leave this alone. Now Dad's calling me. Let's see. And then there's a picture of Nancy and her children with Philip. Nancy and Philip. And there's Melissa. I hope you can see her. See her, and she's waving. That's Teresa and Cyril's firstborn. That's Melissa. She's such a happy baby. Okay, and here's Grandma Smith. See if I can show you her. That's my dad's mother. I'm not sure how old she was there. Let's see, count your blessings. Okay, I might just have to put my name on that. Count your blessings. Can you see it? Let me see, can you see it? That's really pretty, I like that. So I'm gonna read it to you. I will, Dad. I have learned to be content with whatever I have. I know what it is to have little, and I know what it is to have plenty. In any and all circumstances, I have learned I can do all things. I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. Boy, my hair is just looking thin. Okay, and here's the man, okay? Let's see what you can see there. You can see him? That is the man. And it's too dark in here to show that. I don't think you can really see that. And there's too much of a glare. That's Mom and Dad. Okay, I gotta turn the light off, Dad. Hang tight, okay? I'm trying to do that. I turned the light on so you guys can see. I was showing the Hall of Fame to the people, and you couldn't see without the light.
That's a real. That's your mother's grandpa.
Who is that? I was trying to show them in there, and it was so dark I had to take it off the wall.
Yeah.
I thought it looked like Mother's relatives. It looks like Marvin almost. I mean, like his brother. Who is that? We're trying to figure out who these people. Dad knows who they are.
velvet thoughts and intents of the heart
You know,
are by his hand were they all created.
Well, who do you think it is?
And King Lamoni said,
You were telling me.
"Believe all
I
these
think
things
it's,
which thou hast spoken. Art thou sent from
Irene's
God?" And said unto him, I am a
grandparent.
man, and
On
man
her
in the
mother's
beginning
side?
was created after the image
There's
of
a
God.
picture in the
And I
hallway.
am
I'm
called
thinking
by
it's
his
Grandma
Holy
Jarman.
Spirit to teach
Yeah,
these things
Is
unto
it?
his
You
people,
can look at that.
that they may be
and
brought to
see
a
it.
knowledge of that
Well, they
which
look
is
alike.
just
I can
and true.
tell the family
And the
is
portion
not
of
the
that
Smiths.
Spirit
It's
Yeah.
the Riggs.
which liveth
Oh,
in you,
And
and also power
it's the Riggs.
which are in
Yeah.
you. Now,
But Outlaw was in your family, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn this off. We're gonna go by. We're gonna go for a walk. Okay. So we have outlaws on my dad's side. Okay, my dad's mother's family. I think it's the mother's family. One of the last names is Outlaw. And then, so it is true. My mother's mother's mother is my Grandma Jarman. Grandma Riggs's mother was Grandma Jarman. And Grandma Riggs wanted to get away from home. She left home and got married and became a mother, an instant mother. Because Grandpa Riggs had already been married. His wife died. He had children. So, you know, you never know back then. But she was anxious to get away from home. But she got married really young. Became an instant mother. I don't know how many. I was trying to count those kids up the other day. Because I don't know. David. See, out of the first kids, I'm thinking the ones that... See, Mother is the oldest of her group, out of her mother. But there were the children from before. And so I think there was David, and there was Margie, and there was Janice. I'm thinking Janice was in that group. And then there was, in Mother's group, there was Mother and Bill and Roger and Joanne. And I don't know whose ages were. Mother was the oldest. And maybe Joanne was next. But it was Mom and Joanne as far as the girls in that, you know. I know it's terrible. I think of things like that, but it's true, you know, bloodlines. And I was just in my head thinking about the dogs, because, you know, when you're breeding dogs and you try to do with the bloodline and all that stuff. So I separate things out, even though, just don't take it that way, because family is family is family, okay? But I do look at bloodlines, like who's the mother and father of this litter of puppies. I had 2 females, okay? I had 2 female German Shepherds, so same bloodline because they were sisters. Because I go berserko sometimes and do stupid shit. In some ways it's really good, but, you know, then there's the downfalls. I was really good at producing, having successful litters of puppies. And I love them dogs, but man, you're really asking for a lot of work when you do that. But nevertheless, I had one excellent male, Lance. We named him Sir Lancelot. Perry. Now see, that's not the kind of name you give a German Shepherd when you're out there wanting to breed and you got this real technical name, or, you know, royal sounding name, and ours no. So we called him Lance, but he was beautiful, beautiful dog. Very good. You know, there's German Shepherds out there. I didn't understand what they meant when they said, what kind of temperament do they have? So I don't know. Well, I do now. My dogs were pretty much, they were pretty laid back unless they needed to not be. In other words, they weren't out there running themselves in a circle. They didn't have so much energy running through them that they didn't know what to do with themselves, okay? My dogs could lay down in the yard and be happy. And I think, you know, a lot of times that being in a cage all the time, you know, like if you're out there in a 10 by 10 kennel, or even a 10 by 14. That's really not that big when you got them 4 legs and you want to run. Anyway, so I can see them running around in circles in that situation, because that's all they have to do is run in that circle. They want out. And then when they get out, because Nathan had a dog like that. What was his name, Nathan? One of your beloved males. See, it's really weird. I can't think. Arco. Okay. I was thinking of Yoko. I knew that kind of had something to do with it, but it's Arco. Arco. Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful dog. And yeah, when he wasn't in that kennel, he was laid back. He was laying on the grass and stuff. See, mine weren't in. I had little kennels in the house compared to those kennels, but they weren't always in them. But there were times when I had to separate dogs. Okay. The pecking order, the males. Oh my! I had a litter with 7 boys. And if you guys out there that have German Shepherds, I don't know about other dogs, but the German Shepherd stays at your heels. I mean, when you get up, it gets up. It's waiting to see which way are you going to go. And I am loved by my dogs. And I had some big German Shepherds. I mean, they were tall and long, that litter, and huge, like their chest and everything. You know, some of them, Clyde is more slender compared to his brothers, but there were some chunks. I mean, nice dogs. I produced some nice dogs. But what's my point? So I would get up to move, and I'd have 7 standing up waiting to see where to go. Anyway, just saying. They are nice, loyal dogs, and they will protect you. They don't have to be trained to do that. They know. Actually, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they imprint. They imprint on one. But if that one disappears, then they imprint on another. Because Clyde is imprinted on Joe, whereas he was imprinted on me. I could not move. In fact, if I said a harsh word to one of the dogs, not even thinking about it, you know, because I do sound harsh a lot of times, he's right over there taking care of business. And it got scary. I said, "You're not my enforcer, stop that." But he was the leader of the pack, and I was the leader of him and leader of the pack, okay? You know what I'm saying? He was the head dog. He made sure of it, was the point. But before that, you know, I had those other dogs. Before they disappeared, there was a pecking order. So the pecking order changed as the dogs left. Beautiful, beautiful dogs. I hope they're doing well. They're about at that time now, though. Clyde has been having a hard time with his hips. And, you know, and it's the same thing like with the people and the dogs. The food makes a difference, and they haven't had the best of food. I had too many dogs to feed, so I wasn't out there really getting the best, but I tried. But there at the end, there for a while, you know, it just got too expensive to feed the dogs. So you could tell a difference. You could tell a difference in their coat. Tell you what it was the fat content. Okay, you need protein content, you need fat content. I'm trying to remember what we used to get in fat, because it was good. And when you did that, then their coat was all nice and shiny, not dull. And I don't know, the shedding part is just part of going in and out, living in a house and there's air conditioning, and going outside and it's hot, or vice versa, it's hot in the house and you go out and it's cold. So they're shedding all the time. So you can't help that. And they have an undercoat. They got a lot of fur. Joe and I were soft, beautiful fur, okay? excellent. We figured it would be excellent either to make into thread and use for a sweater, or fill up pillows and whatever. You know, just wash it real good. Nice, soft, beautiful stuff though. German Shepherd. That is must be the undercoat, you know, because you wouldn't think the top coat would do that, but they do have an undercoat. So anyway, I've gotten off trail. I'm looking out in Dad's backyard. It's time to start using the backyard. I should go out there and just sit in the sun, but I need to walk. So first of all, I'm gonna walk, and I should be able to get some sun doing that. Except for I'll have these big white eyes because I'm gonna wear my shades. Anyway, I need to have some water. I'm gonna have water outside. Put you right there. Oh no, I gotta find my shades. What did I do with them? Okay. Not cool, man. Alright, I lost my shades. I think I found them. Took them off so I could see. Okay. Oh. Summertime, summertime, summertime. Anyway, I said earlier, yeah, I'm having a hard time making myself drink water or drink the tea. I want to drink the tea, but I have started. I took a cup to bed last night. I mean, except for that I fell asleep, so. But it's good for you cold, it's good for you room temperature. They were saying something about brewing it. And actually, what was it he said? Is there one called Earl Grey? With a nice strong tea. So I need to look into that. I could go out there and take a picture of the rose bush. The roses are blooming in the backyard. And then I'll go out and walk. So for the wind is blowing. So no matter that I got my hair tied down, it's still gonna be in my face. Okay, we'll go out here. Now his dad's back fence here is right up against the road. It's not the road, it's a sidewalk, but just as well be. You know, if they come off the road onto the sidewalk, they'd be in the backyard. But anyway, all right, so. Yard's looking pretty good, except for it's time to be mowed. They didn't come this week to mow. I mean, they usually come on Wednesday, but I just think everything's off kilter, that's all. We filled up. When Nancy was here, Nancy and Sienna dug in this dirt here and got dirt up so that we could fill up holes, because there were a lot of holes from the dogs digging. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna stop right here. Some of them are already dead, and some of them are just blooming. See, so there were roses coming on, so they didn't want to cut up that high. They were gonna trim the roses. Trim them in the, what? Do you trim them in the spring or in the fall? Some pretty roses. There'll be some more since there's buds up here. And Dad said they've already started getting their irrigation because he can see, like where it's sprayed, you can see on the dirt when it's wet in the morning. You can tell. Well, I could see, ouch, I could see all the water all over the grass. You know, the beads of water, like it could have been dew, you know. But no, it was irrigation, so that's cool. And this pot. So anyway, this would be a good day to lay out or sit out. And sitting would be much better, I think. then I could lay there and bake myself, and we don't want that either. So now I'm gonna go back in the house and go out in the front. I know this is hot already. I don't know what time it is. Okay. Grab a bottle of water.
That they may, by their cunning and their lyings, deceive us, that they again may rob us of our property. Now the father of Lamoni commanded him that he should slay Ammon with the sword. And he also commanded
Yeah, that Book of Mormon is full of violence. Like somebody was commanded to slay somebody. That's what was just being said on the recorder in there. In other words, Dad's in there listening to the Book of Alma. I'm going to put you up here for a minute. It's dark in here. Okay, I gotta have some water. I don't want to carry the bottle. That's good stuff, Maynard. But it will not be cold long. You're really not supposed to be drinking cold stuff. I'm going to put this back in the fridge so it can stay cold. Here we go. See what happens. See if Mary Lou sizzles. Hopefully when I started this video, I introduced myself. I probably didn't. I just started talking. Okay. I'll just go this way. I'm gonna get in the road. No, so now I'm not even sure. It is, okay. It is. It's the 11th. May 11th. Hopefully I won't be run over. It's a Honda Prelude, I think is what that's called. Once upon a time I had a Honda Accord. But, you know, I always get things when they're older. But I drove it for a while before it had problems. Sorry. Yes, petunias. She planted some petunias in there yesterday. And they will spread. And as they grow, I mean, a lot of you know that already, but as they grow, they bloom, and those blooms die. You need to pull them off. When they're dried up, just take and pull them off. New ones will come. It will be great. And it'll help them spread. So anyway, they've got petunias in both those round things, and they're just starting. And these guys have petunias also. And you can put them in hanging baskets. Just put them in all kinds of arrangements. Okay. I do need to be careful. I'm anxious to see those lilies. Well, that purple thing has opened up. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, well, it's kind of pretty. It's very pretty. I have to make sure I don't step on anything. Look at that. It's beautiful. Okay. And then there's going to be lilies popping up here sometime. Love it. Anyway, it's nice to enjoy someone's hard work. over the last, gee willikers, 10 to 12 years now. I was there for sure 10. It's just been too dadgum hot, and we didn't have running water like you guys. You know, we could endeavor and have running water because there was a valve with a hose hooked to it that you could screw on the water tank. But still, it's not like going out there and just turning on your faucet and you got water. You guys enjoy that. Think about that. But then be careful. How clean is that? You know, like drinking out of the water hose, drinking out of the sink. I don't think I'd be doing that anymore. You need to build yourself a filtration system if you don't have it, you know. It just depends, okay? And I'm not sure how much of the contaminants they can get out of it, but they do a good job of making it taste better. Just even like this Brita with the filters for that. And it's not a Brita, same difference though. And I've mentioned it before. And if you're out, if you cut, it's a good thing to have. Okay. What we did was we went and got a 5-gallon bucket, 2 of them, and then we bought the filters that you put down in them. And so one of the buckets is the holding tank for the clean water. That's the bottom one. And you put a tap, a little tap. You can just turn it down and it lets water out. Turn it back up and it stops. So you do that in the bottom of that bottom bucket, okay? So you do need to have it up on something where you can get under that tap so you can open it up to get water out, okay? But nevertheless, the point is, so the other bucket, you drill the holes down through the bottom of the bucket and into the lid of the bottom bucket, through both of them, okay? So that they line up, just do it at the same time. And then these filters that you get, they come with the screwed bottom. So it's like a bolt, you know, you stick it in the hole. You got a gasket on the top and a gasket on the bottom, and you screw up a nut, and then it's all watertight. So then the filter is down in the bottom of the top bucket. So you pour your contaminated water or whatever, like if you're out in the country, it's just a good idea to clean your water, no matter where you're at. You don't know. I mean, if we had a well that was 150 feet or 200 feet or whatever, I don't know. But our well is a 30-foot well. In other words, you hit water at 30 feet, I think. Might be 20 feet that you hit water. And then I'm thinking it might go down to 30 feet, so I don't know. I have to verify that with Joe. He would know better. But there is a well, and the water hasn't run dry, even though I will say it's a 30-foot well. I don't really know. There's a car. Let's just make sure it don't run over me. It's good that they plan on this trailer being in the way, so they went around. They would have hit the trailer. And they would have hit me. However, if the trailer wasn't here, I would be closer to the side, probably. Give me some kind of sign. It's playing in my head, okay? I do like signs. Da 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 da. Not sure if that's the same song. Might be. Anyway, I'm going to just do my best. I wonder how long I'll last. And see, I'm not going to be able to tell because I wasn't out here walking. I'll say I started at 30 minutes. I'll figure that out later. The summer's here, I guess, man. It's got 89 degrees today. Gee willikers. I got that from my granddaughter, Carly. I do not know where she got it from. Was it SpongeBob? It was one of them cartoon things. But I liked it, so I use it. Gee willikers. Or maybe it was on the Disney Channel and it was on one of those, like iCarly or something. You know, those teenage kids. I can picture that. So anyway. Do 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 do. Do do. Okay. Well, I called and figured out where I gotta go. I just couldn't remember where I had to go, and Dad couldn't remember either, but you know, it was only obvious once we figured it out. To the cancer center. That's where you go. He used to take Mother there, so he knows right where it's at. And it's not so easy to find some of these places. Need to get it figured out so that he doesn't have to go with me. Oh, I know, just turn on the GPS. Well, I just need to do a test run while he's with me, but do it. And see, then he wants to tell you a different way than GPS tells you to. Okay, back in the road. Well, I think that's a good thing, a great thing. Just have to figure out who he is. And I'm talking about the implants. 6 implants on the top and 6 on the bottom for $14,000 instead of what they're charging you here, $40,000 to $50,000. I think they're just a little bit crazy in the head. But yeah, today's a good day to get some sun. Need a nice squirt bottle. Spray you down with water, oil and water. Hi! I don't know if you can see them. I should have showed you. Doggone it. It's a guy riding like a scooter type thing, but just like, I don't know what I would call it. A tamed down version, a smaller version of like these granny carts that go around. Anyway, he's coasting down the road and he's in a sitting position, okay? It's an older guy. And then there's a basket in the front, a wire basket for hauling things, you know, groceries or whatever. And he came towards me from the other side of the road, and I'm going, what are you doing? I wasn't paying attention, you know, before that. Anyway, in that basket were 2 little dogs. So cute. So anyway, you probably didn't get to see it because I'm too busy showing you me. But I should have turned the phone on him. Anyway. Green trees. Matilda doesn't look so green next to these leaves. The ones that have brand new leaves on it. She's a pine tree of a sort. Not sure what kind. And she would go all the way down to the ground, but they cut the branches. And that's good because it takes up all your yard. You know, if you leave all the branches on it and you can't walk underneath it and stuff, you've lost half of your real estate in your front yard. So I'm gonna show you. Like that's Matilda. Okay. She's the one tree in the front yard. And then they have bushes, looks like rose bushes. I'm gonna come over here and talk to Matilda. And when the wind blows, she really her branches move in and out and all over the place, and they look like a kaleidoscope sometimes, but just shades of green, you know. Anyway, I'm going to get to the bottom of this tree trunk, and then we should be able to see where they took branches off. Let's see. Doesn't look like too much, but there's two right there. Maybe even lower, right there. Oh, down there, yeah. I can't tell for sure, but it looks to me like there were branches taken out. This is looking up underneath. So she's got nice new green. That's got to be new growth. That's what I think. New growth has a brighter looking green. Anyway, made sense to me. Still, I could be wrong. Okay. Yeah, I need a different shirt on. This is gonna be too hot. I don't think I have any. I'm gonna have to go to Goodwill. Go shopping for some cute little tops. Ones that, you know, you can just use to get some sun on your shoulders and your arms and aren't so hot. I have a bunch of bags of things that I was going to donate. I might just need to go back through them. Anyway, I'll be walking in the middle of the day. And it's hot, and it's gonna get hotter because the heat, the hot part is like between 4 and 5 and stuff. I'm gonna try at least walk down there one more time. We'll see how far I've gotten. Because I'd not be doing very well and be getting a lot of mileage. But I do just need to be mellow. Get my blood pumping without breaking my back, huh? So I do keep hearing it snap. So it remains to be seen. And I need to read. I was supposed to read all this stuff, and I got to go see them on Monday. I'm wanting to stay natural for the rest of my treatment, but I'm not so sure that that's what I need to do, guys. I do know what some would say, and I do kind of, I mean, I don't want to go nowhere. I got things to do. I do. Life is going to be well worth living. My legs. Well, it doesn't seem like there should be kids home, unless those are just older young kids, you know, ones that don't go to school. I'm gonna get over here on the sidewalk. But I am hot. Oh my goodness, now that's gasoline. Wonder where I smell gasoline from. Unless it's this car up here. Boy, it's up here. I smell gasoline big time. Oh my goodness. Really. A lot. Do 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 do. Da-dum, da-da-dum. I was in New York City area when I got sent away from home. That's where I got sent, okay? And I was there until the middle of the year, until Christmas, came home at Christmas. And then the wedding was planned, and I got married June 4th, right after that. Because I couldn't stay away from the guy across the street. Oh man, it feels good in here. I might want my desk back in here, man. They got it all moved in there. This is so hot. But Dad did do something different. So you people that don't know, let me see, I'm gonna pull this off. Okay, so like he's got a furnace and an air conditioner all hooked into one, okay? But it's blowing through the house. So you set a temperature and you set, so it's trying to stay at that temperature. But he had it on heat, okay? And he turns the temperature to 77. So I mean, I'm bloody well hot, dying, as I would anyway because of hot flashes. And I thought I had those under control, and then they put that hormone blocker. Makes you sweat. So I have to find something to naturally stop that, because I don't want to sweat. I need to be able to touch skin without sweating. That's not going to be very pleasant. So I have to fix that. I'm telling you, man, it feels good out here compared. If I go in there, I'm going to die. But I did notice a big difference when he changed it to air conditioning instead of heat. Big difference. It was a lot more comfortable, so at least there's that. Let me see what's in here. I need to get something good to eat. I need to boil some eggs, probably. If you guys like boiled eggs, that's good. I mean, if you got them in the fridge, then you can take one and it's ready to go pretty much. You just got to peel it, you know. So I need to do that. Right now I'm starving. So I've got to go do something about that. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. I'm going to leave this water out here. So, let's see, what time is it? 47 minutes. Yeah, I know. Let's go see what it's like in the house. Maybe it'll be okay. Okay. Well, I did notice a big difference. So, Nancy, I know you're not watching, but if you were watching, I would tell you. Just make sure it's on cool when you're here and not heat. Because I've been dying, man, and there is a big difference. Total big difference. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and go walk back to my area and see. I have fans back there at least, but still not the same. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? I just was bragging about what you did. Now you're going to mess with it?
No.
Okay.
You were just slightly
Okay, so you heard me. Well, I don't know about the actual temperature data. It was an example.
I'm going to keep it clean.
Thank you. Now, can I get by you?
If you want to.
And are you done with my machine? You don't have to be.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. All right.
And
Here's
now it
Grandpa.
came to pass that when the king had sent
Hello.
forth his
Say
proclamation,
hi to everybody out there. All you family members. Lewis Smith saying hi, man.
Hey, how are you? Nathan Lewis Smith.
That's correct. Okay.
I'm 84 years old.
You're live.
88 years old. My goodness, I forgot 4 of my years.
Yeah, that's easy to do. Anyway, okay, I'm getting past you. Yeah, I have to get to where there's a fan. And then when he's done, I will see if I can't read from my phone and record from my iPad. Gives a bigger screen. Oh, not that that's always better. Okay, so I gotta clean that too. So I'll be showing all my stuff. I have to bend over to do that though. I have to stand on top of this desk. Anyway, there is a mirror, okay, on the wall in front of my desk. Peace. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see the best. And there's glare. There's always a glare. Okay. Anyway, 50 minutes. I think that I could probably stop, huh? I don't need to take it to an hour, do I? In fact, if I did a half hour, it would be better. Just do a bunch of half hours. 15 minutes. I can't talk that little. I must. Okay, so I probably already told you all about stuff too, but I'll tell you it again. I'm trying to come up with something cute in words to put on my business card. And what it really is an introduction card, okay? It's just that we always call that size of card a business card. And once upon a time, when my daughter was in first, second, or third grade, I went out and I always wanted to stay home, okay? I did not intend to go out to work and leave my child with somebody else. It was not my intention. It was forced upon me. But nevertheless, when I went to work, I tried to get part-time jobs. And then I would get subsidized for the part that I didn't make so that I could still be home like half the day. And part of that might have been when she was actually gone half a day, because I always wanted to be on her schedule so I could be home with her. Anyway, I'll show you my other card. But my point is, I guess one of the things was I made a business card. It was royal blue, and I got a lot of them, and it said, lose touch. I've always been lose touch, okay? So that's really wonderful that I get to keep my name. And then I have a Cash App where you can send me money, and it gets here lickety split. My Cash App's name, write it down, is $. That's the first symbol, is $, okay? And then the rest of the the rest of the letters are lowercase. And it's all one fluid line. So it's $, just one, okay? I'm starting over. $, lose touch. No apostrophe this time. So LOUSTOUCH, all in a fluid line. You type all that out on your Cash App and tell them you want to send me some money and I'll get it. I think that's wonderful. I mean, to get money lickety split like that, and it doesn't cost you anything to send or receive. So that's pretty cool. So those of you who think about I'm gonna change my name to it. I've been trying to come up with the right lines to go on my new business card, okay? And I'm gonna put lines on the front and the back. So it's kind of important. But I find that I'm giving my cards away, which I love. I love that. So I want to be able to do that. Say, hey, check me out. Check out what Lou believes. If I could just get my voice to quit doing that. I'm hoping, because he made mention of my larynx, and that will just be horrid. I finally get my voice about me, and then it goes away. So I was going to show you my business card, and see, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. I can kind of see. Okay, what can you see? There's too much of a glare. You can't see it. What I can do is, and I might have already, but I don't know, is I can go ahead and might even have it in my camera roll, take a picture of my card, and then just put it in my community. When I want to do post, I can just put a post right there where it says community. If you click on that, it should just take you to all the posts I've ever made, which are not very many. But I have decided I need to look for some pictures, because I lost a lot of things when I lost my other page. Someone stole my page, people. I'm not talking on YouTube, I'm talking Facebook. That's where I would put all my videos so I could draw them over here. You know, I need you to come over to YouTube. Anyway, I'm not real great at knowing what I'm doing yet. I have a lot to learn. But I do know when I want to send a video to somebody, it's always too long. So that won't let me send the whole thing. So this is another way to do that. Because I can take an hour and a half video, hour, 40-minute video, and upload it to YouTube. And then YouTube creates a link. So I can just share that link. So I can share my videos without it taking up a lot of space. You know, because that's not happening. That's not happening. Anyway. So I've got a few good lines that I'm playing around with. I want my card to be perfect, but I need to get on the stick. Because I do find that I got a big mouth. In other words, I tell people, I tell people about my channel. And if I had cards enough, I would be giving them away. So, it's wonderful. I have the gift of gab. But sometimes that's not good. Anyway, so I need to get some window cleaner, glass cleaner, and clean that so that I can enjoy that better. It's got smudges on it and stuff. This is the hot tub room, which I never really got to use. I'm not sure, I might have used it once or twice, but I really don't even know if I did that. They didn't have hot tubs around when I was around. And then we did live next to them in Texas for a little bit, but I don't remember having their hot tub up and running during that time. I remember straining myself to help Dad move it to the property, move it behind the fence line, you know, or something like that. We should go down the driveway, and then there's the carport, you know, door to get in or whatever. Yes, there was a door to get in there. And then that's where the side fence came up, I believe. So a gate. So I had to have been able to get it behind the gate and shut that. Or maybe even took the gate down long enough to do that. There's more than one way to get something done. I was going to say something else, but I didn't want to. There are some bad expressions we got, people. All these expressions that come out of my mouth, I'm going, oh my God. I can't believe you people. Because I see pictures, okay? When somebody describes something, I see it. So here we are. I'm going to tell you anyways. Bad. More than one way to skin a cat. Don't you think that sounds horrid? It does. And then what else? One of those songs, even though it's like a little song. Brother Ben shot a rooster and killed a hen. The hen died, but the rooster cried. Docs committed suicide. Well, that's a whole stanza of stuff. That ain't cool. But I remember my dad hunted squirrel, and he came home and skinned them things. And then I remember us kids wearing the tail, like we were Daniel Boone or something, you know, coonskin hat, you know, with the tail hanging down. Anyway, that's children who are growing up in an environment where that's part of their environment. You know what I'm saying, people? And I'm talking about that, because some people don't know any better. They should know better, as in, don't kill, okay? You should never, ever kill. But in certain cultures over there, maybe that's not a thing. There's a lot of things that are not right. But I'm not going to worry about that. And where am I at? I'm at 59.12. So I figured out where my appointment is. So I called the hospital and talked to them. I'm going, okay. You know, now that the office is closed and the place that I got to be at is early in the morning on Monday, so there's not necessarily a place to call, so I had to call the hospital. And all my records, all my stuff is in their system, because they have you in there by your name and your birth date and your address. So I'm in there. So they found me and got me straight. So where I gotta go, which makes perfect sense. I just couldn't remember it. After you know, I knew for sure, then I remembered. So it's at the cancer center, and it's at it's in the back. So it is the cancer center. It's not at the hospital. She said that they do those injections like I'm going to have. They do them at the hospital on Saturday and Sunday, but during the week they do it over there at that clinic. So hematology, oncology, and hematology. You go there, and for what I'm doing, I go and I sit in a chair, and they put one of those IV things in my arm, and then they attach that bag, I believe. I'm not sure how they do that, because there's a bag of saline solution, and this bag that the medicine stuff is in is smaller. So I'm not sure how that blends together. Nevertheless, I will have my second infusion Monday morning. And then on Tuesday, I have an appointment with somebody that has to do with my surgery. So they'll be talking to me about everything that I have to do there. I've already signed a bunch of consent papers. But the point is, so I got an appointment Monday and Tuesday, and Thursday is my surgery. And it's an outpatient surgery. I'll be coming home. So I got to find someone to pick me up, too. I need to ask my Aunt Kathy if she could do it. I really, Dad hasn't driven in a long time. I really don't think he should be driving, but he ain't got that in his head yet. He thinks he can. So, I mean, I can get me there. And that's what we should do. I can get me there, and he can drive home. And then if we could just get somebody to come pick me up, that would be great. And I'm not sure, but he said that the recovery is going to be a lot better, a lot easier than the last time. It's surprised still. I know it. I didn't hear any about it, so I was wanting him to get down in there in my chest and take out those lymph nodes that's below my breast, okay? I want him to get the one above, but I want him to get those too. But then again, I just need to do what Dr. Lee says. And I have done better. I have, and I didn't show last night's This Is My Medicine. But I do have. I went to the store and I told you guys what all I bought. I might have missed something, but anyway, I did buy grapes, and I have been eating those. They fight cancer. All color grapes, okay? And then I did bad last night. I had a banana sandwich. So that's 2 pieces of bread and a banana. Bananas turn to sugar. I've decided to quit worrying about that, because that's a natural food that's turning to sugar, so I'm not going to worry about that. It's the artificial stuff and the spoonfuls of sugar that we add to stuff. Or you go and you buy a box of cereal, how many added sugars are in that thing? So, I mean, we just need to be sensible instead of nonsensible, or that wasn't the right word. Nonsensical, that's what I said before. Like, I love what I put, and I just put it in a little saucepan, and I put it in with some butter. And I put, and I didn't cut them up this time, I just put mushrooms in, but I think they need to be cut up because they're rubbery. And without teeth especially, they're hard to eat. But I still like them. But they need to be digested, and my system's not good. Okay, so last night that I did not show, I did the same thing. I had the mushrooms and the bell pepper and the onion, but this time I added tomato. I added a full Roma tomato, which those aren't real big, okay, but I added that and cooked it in with it. So it got heated up, so whatever's good in it, I will have. And it also works with breast cancer, not just prostate. But they were mainly talking about prostate at that point. When they mentioned the tomato, they were talking to the men. But then I heard him say that it works on breast cancer too. So let's don't leave ourselves out of the good stuff. So my food last night, I was gonna have a TV dinner and then add vegetables to it. So I took a bag of cauliflower and broccoli out of the freezer, and I cooked about half of it, maybe a little over half of it. And I added butter, salt, and pepper, and it was really, really good. But what I did was I gave Dad some of it, because it just probably smelled too good, for one thing. Anyway, he didn't want very much of it anyway, okay? So he got some of it into his dish, and then we put butter and salt and pepper in it. He did what he wanted to with it. But the point is, I didn't eat the TV dinner that I was going to eat. I just put it back in the freezer. I do that a lot. But I was hungry, and I had those vegetables, and Dad didn't really want the vegetables very much, just a little. Because he got vegetables with his dinner. He just wanted a little bit to go with it. So, okay. So anyway, and I know I'm saying it over again. So, it is. First I put mushrooms in, then I put bell pepper in, then I put onion in which I just did a half a sweet onion. And then I did one small Roma tomato, which was ripe, it was good. I diced that up and put it in with my stuff. It wasn't finely diced either, it was just diced some. So I stirred that all together and let that heat and stuff. And then I let it simmer with the lid to get rid of the moisture, okay? And then I added grated cheese. And I turned off the burner and I added grated cheese after I freshly had stirred it up, okay? Very, 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 very good. Dad agreed too, because I gave him some of mine. I mean, he put his in his plate with his broccoli. And the night before that, I added broccoli to mine, okay? So yeah, broccoli and cauliflower is good. Brussels sprouts are good. And all kinds of things are good. Okay, it's at 107. I talked too long. Well, that's a pretty picture. I want that picture. Okay, let me see. Let me put my name on that one. I gotta get up. Ah, it is a smaller picture. Should be Kincaid. Get this off of there. Thomas, I think it's Thomas Kincaid. I'm not sure. He's dead now. And I don't have my glasses on. My glasses. It's Thomas Kincaid. And it's got a name to it. So, family members, I want to put my name on that, okay? I need to find a label so I can just stick my name on that. That's even something I can fit in a suitcase. So, I mean, I didn't get a portrait of Mom and Dad because they were so big. I don't know how I get it home. And then your home changes. I still got a lot of things at home I need to get. Or just I'm going to have a space of my own there. Going to be doing some things. I have to do some things. No, you never know. I might live to be another 30 years older. But at this point in time, I really don't know. I'm going to hope and pray that I live a long and healthy, unpainful, have my wits about me, my brain, know who everybody is so I can love them till the day I die. You know what I'm saying? You never know how your ending is going to be. And I have been abusive to my body in many, many, many occasions in the years. You know, like starving, going without food. I could go 3 days without food and not get hungry. Same thing with water. You know, that's cutting it pretty close, right? According to what they say. But emotional upset, emotional upheaval can do things to you. So I don't know how I survived. I'm sure that I was still smoking pot. I just wasn't eating. Wasn't hungry. I had a thing against eating, okay? Because when you're poor, it costs a lot of money to eat. And then you got, a lot of times there's waste because you don't eat what you buy. I'm just giving you some different thoughts for people that are like me. You know, some people when they're emotionally upset, that's what they do is they eat, but not me. My whole body changed because I had to eat something about every 2 hours or I was getting sick. I got headaches, I got nauseous. It had to do with not eating. And that was before the emotionally upset part. It was just the way I was, okay? So then bring on a divorce. Got married a week after I turned 17. Trying to remember, Jesse was born in 1976. And that's at least 5 years after we got married, if not more. Okay? And she came at the end of the marriage. So there are a lot of things not experienced in a marriage with a child. I have not been through that. But I've had the child all, whatever time. Except for she would go to see her dad a month in the summer, which I hated that because I had no control over her environment, what was happening, anything. You know, nothing like a stranger coming and picking up your child and taking her away, states and states away. And then things happen when she's there. You know, when your children come to visit you, and you go to work all day, when nighttime comes, you're supposed to stay and be with that child, not going out and leaving the child at home. And that happened a lot. So it makes me wonder, why did she have to go? Why did she have to go? To go to a strange person's house and stay there by herself or be exposed to whatever. People are doing that all over the place, and you're forgetting about the child. You're forgetting about what's important. So here's your child you never get to see, and you're so busy with your new wife, because this is number what, 2 or 3? Just saying, your child should have been number 1. There shouldn't have been any going out and drinking with friends and stuff during that period of time. Should have been a priority to spend time with your child. So I'm just telling all you people out there, it's very important. Your children love you. At a certain age, they love you. And after a while, you know, they might hate you. And then maybe a little while before you die, they might decide you're of value. I'm just saying, people. Make good choices. And children do need the love of their parents. Don't discount your importance in their life. Happiness. Being happy at home. Being valuable, you know, being valued by your parent. And all those around you helps, but especially your parent. Just saying, I know there's a lot of people out there stuck in their own happiness and forgetting about the children. Too busy having fun to worry about the child left at home or with strangers who sometimes do them harm. You know, you leave them with somebody thinking that they're going to take care of your child when it isn't the case. So you need to be careful. So I'm going to get off of that. So So we're at hour 14 and 53 seconds. Okay, well, I'm going to go get me something good to eat, and I hope you guys will do the same. So, you guys take care, okay? Great things are coming around the bend. But also, war is there, so I don't know how that's going to go. I wish we could stop it. I wish that everybody would listen to Mary Lou and just put their weapons down. Hitch a ride and come home, man. I love you guys. All right. Take care.